Yo guys, welcome back to another video. This is going to be the gameplay and deck breakdown for the new ST13 Black Yellow Luffy leader that's coming out in the Ultra deck, I think is what it's called in English. And it's coming out pretty soon. I mean, I think April 19th for the West, and EB01's coming out shortly thereafter. So this is actually going to be using some of the EB01 cards like Flampe. I think the deck's just stronger like that, so I want to show you this version. I'm not the best Black Yellow Luffy player in the world, but I do have a friend who's really good, and he's giving me some tips and advice. And it seems to be the most popular one that everyone's anticipating, so I wanted to make a video for that first. I will be making videos over the other leaders of the Ace and Sabo, but for now, let's look at the deck list. We can look at some of the starting hands, some of the cards that you want to look for, and then we'll jump into a little bit of gameplay at the end. So let's get started. Alright, so let's take a look at the leader, and then we'll go through the rest of the deck list. So it's a special leader. All three of the brothers in the ST13 leaders, they all have like special effects that are a little bit different than most of the other ones, and I feel like Luffy's is probably the most unique. And it says, per the rules, or as an addition to the rule, your face-up life cards will be sent to the bottom of your deck instead of your hand. And at first you might think like, well, that's pretty niche. I don't always have face-up life cards. But it's because of his effect. So Dawn 2, activate main once per turn. You may discard one card from your hand. If your life is at 0, you may add up to 2 5-cost characters from your hand or trash to your life face up. So this is a combo deck. It's a very combo heavy deck, and it can be very strong because essentially what you're trying to do, if you're not familiar with this deck or this leader or what it's supposed to do, is you try to get down to 0 life. Either as fast as possible or just at the best timing as possible, and then you want to use leader effect, put two Dawn on them, activate main, and then you want to take some of these 5-cost Sabo, Aces, and Luffys from your trash, and you put them into your life, and then you use the kid cards, which is activate main. You may trash this character, reveal the top card of your life. If it's for Luffy and Sabo and Ace, it's respectively their own name. Like reveal the 5-cost Monkey D. Luffy in this case. You may play it. If you play it up to one of your leaders gets plus 2,000 power until the end of your opponent's turn. So that's your turn and then their turn, and once their turn ends, you go back to a 5k leader, or your original power, right? And these stack. So if you are able to play 1, 2, 3, or even more, right? You can get 7, 9, 11. I guess I don't know if I think there's a way you can get to 11k if you play 3, obviously 7, 9, 11. I think it's possible sometimes to get to 13, but you're normally not going to get to 13k. But even just using the effect once and becoming a 7k leader, and you already have 2 Dawn, so you're getting a 9k swing off, and then your 7k leader for all of your opponent's turn. It's very, very strong. It's incredibly powerful. And as we saw with like Whitebeard, like the power of a 6k leader in Red Purple Luffy, the defensive power of a 6k plus leader is amazing because it's like exponential with how much Dawn your opponent has to use just to get the attacks in that they need. So that's an overview of the leader. That's the combo. That's what you're trying to go for. And so it kind of makes explaining the rest of the deck pretty easy because, I mean, obviously you're just going to be running 4 of each of all the kid versions. And then you have Rush Ace from EB01. From the ST13, which is really good. This is all from ST13, these new ones. This Ace, this Luffy, and this Sabo are all from ST13. And obviously we have the 5-cost blocker Sabo. This is probably just the best card in the deck. And so we have that. This 1-drop Garp is just essentially a searcher. On play, look at the top 5 and reveal a Sabo, Ace, or Monkey card with a cost of 5 or less. So you can get the 5-cost or the 1-cost. And obviously you can't search any of like the higher cost ones, but at this point I don't think 8-cost Sabo comes in OP07, so I don't even think there are really any other targets that you could get in those colors. Makino is essentially a way for you to draw a card from your life and reorder them, because you need cards that will get you down to 0 life if your opponent's not attacking you and you want to set up. Plus it's a 2k. Moria, obviously this combo is just nuts because when you are at your 10, this works even better at your 10 Dawn turn. 8 Dawn turn is fine if it has to be your 10 Dawn turn because you put 2 on leader, you put the 2 5 costs into your life, and then you play Moria for 8, And then if you have 2 of your kid cards in the trash, you just bring them back for free onto the field, and then you can use both of them to turn into the 5 costs, and then give yourself +2 or +4k. It's pretty nasty. Of course, like they found a way to make Moria broken in this deck too. Flampe is just another 2k, but you get to add the top or bottom card of your life to your hand and then draw 1 card. So this is really good. Hiyori is good for setting up if you're not able to use leader effect, but you have the 2 cards that you need in hand. You set it up with Hiyori, or you just play Hiyori, take the life, and don't return anything, just so that you can get yourself down and essentially just draw a card. This 5-cost Sabo is a little niche, but it's essentially, you know, it's like a Thunderbolt or Onami on play effect, and it does allow you to trash, or you have to trash the top or bottom card of your life to use the effect, but if that's something that you need, it's really good. And then the last one here is just this searcher event, the 3 Brothers Bond, which awesome artwork on there. This is just your search event, your 1-cost search event. And so it's kind of crazy because this seems very simple and straightforward, but this deck is so complicated. It's so hard to play at like a very high level, especially if your opponent knows how to play against the deck. Some of its weaknesses are decks that can kind of like stall you out and then play 4-cost pudding. So blue has a pretty good shot. Like Sakazuki is really strong into Black Yellow Luffy. That's why it never really rose to the top of the top, I think, throughout EB01 and the start of OP07. It's doing very well in OP07 right now, and once Sakazuki is gone, it will probably be one of the top 3 or 4 contenders for the top tier decks. But it does struggle into Enel a little bit, and it struggles into essentially blue a lot, because if they play like the Gravity Blade 7-cost event, they can just bottom deck all of your 5 costs, which getting things KO'd and sent to the trash is fine, but when things get sent to the bottom of your deck, you have a really hard time because you can't recover from that, and then you lose the resources that you need, which is why Sakazuki with Hound Blaze can just like Hound Blaze your Sabo to the bottom of your deck. Your blocker is gone. There's no way for you to get that by the end of the game, and yeah, you have a hard time. So it does have specific bad matchups, but it's very, very strong just in general and overall. And if you know how to play this deck very well, you can definitely catch people off guard. And your opponent needs to know how to play, like when to attack, when to be aggro, when to be like very reserved and not attacking a life. It's kind of like playing against Enel. And once you know how to play against it, it evens the playing field a little bit, but it's still a really strong deck. A lot like Enel in OP05. But that's it for the deck. Let's look at some starting hands and just cards in general that you want to look for. Alright, and also apologies, my allergies are crazy. Everyone in Japan, this is like the 2 or 3 weeks in spring where everyone just collectively dies for a few weeks until the pollen settles down a little bit. So apologies if my voice sounds nasally or anything. But these are the cards that you want to look for as far as a starting hand, and some of the notes that my friend told me as well is kind of like you want to have 5-cost Sabo is really good. If you get the blocker Sabo, you're pretty good, but you need a few things, right? You need to like start seeing some of your pieces. So 5-cost Luffy and 5-cost Sabo are really good. Ace at the start of the game is not as good. You kind of want to save Ace for later on, for when playing the rush will like really, you know, help you go for game. Being a little bit defensive while also setting up your board is really good. This Luffy is so good because and I undervalued this Luffy for a while for sure when I was first starting to play the deck, but when you get to 0, you can use his effect, and before you use the leader effect, so you get like a free like plus 2k, so he's just an 8k for free, and then you can put the cards back into life. But essentially you want like one of your 5-cost things, the 5-cost Luffy, Sabo, or Ace, Sabo and Ace, or Sabo and Luffy being the more preferred ones, and then you want at least one card like Flampe or Hiyori, so that if your opponent is stalling you out, you can take your own life and start setting things up. And then you kind of want like one searcher, so like a Garp or the 3 Brothers Bond event card. And Moria is optional. You do not have to mulligan for Moria. It's gonna, because if you cannot set up your trash to the point where like your 8 or 10 Dawn turn comes, and if you don't have the right targets in trash, it's always going to be better just to use leader effect on its own. And Moria is only really powerful when you have the 2 kid cards in your trash that you want to play back. So this is a little bit optional. You do want to see like at least one during the game, because more often than not you're gonna hopefully be able to set up your trash. This is another skill issue with the deck as well, but I'd say just to be like for the base standard is like a Sabo or a Luffy, Flampe or Hiyori, maybe 1 or 2 kid cards, just so that you can like know what to search for and start setting up, and then your search. So any combination of like those 3 main things that add up to 5 cards are what you want to mulligan for. And obviously the matchups are gonna, like the different matchups will call for different cards that you really want to look for. Some matchups like Yamato, you want the 5-cost Sabo blocker. You need it. You really need this card. Other matchups where you know they're going to be like not attacking, not swinging into you, you want Luffy, right? So it changes. It changes on what the matchup is going to be, but this is in general the kind of thing here. And through EB01, you can also play like Reject and Amaru, but you know, until OP07 hits. So this event card is a little bit of a flex spot. Same with the yellow 5-cost Sabo. So I would say those are kind of the flex spots of the deck. There's not much else. There's not a lot of room for other flex spots. But yeah, I'd say maybe this Sabo and this event, like changing the ratio a little bit if you really want to. And real quick, before I forget to mention, with this deck, you normally want to go second, just so that you have the 2 Dawn curves of being able to put 2 on your leader and playing an additional 2 or 4 Dawn. Like having the 2 or 4 Dawn to play out the characters as well. Plus it just works perfectly when you hit 10 Dawn and you can do leader effect plus Moria. Just wanted to mention that. If you do have to go first, you can still play out some of your 5-cost characters on curve, like Sabo, the 2 Sabos. So not the end of the world, but yeah, just going second in most situations is going to be better for you. But that is the deck list, and that is like what you need to look for. So let's jump over and see if we can get a few good games to show you guys. All right, Enel. This is normally pretty rough for us, but I guess it's harder in OP07. So let's see what we can do here. I'm gonna keep this. I know this is risky. Ooh, we might be getting rewarded here. If we get a Hiyori, we can set up an early Sabo. Question is, do we attack early? Oh. That's fine. That's a good plan against Luffy, for sure. This Luffy's gonna be really clutch later on, so we'll take him. We want to get at least 1 life out of the way, and then we can deal with triggers if they come too. Like one of the only cards that could help him right now, because we're still at 4 life. Oh, okay, cool. Oh my gosh. But it's fine. And we could take all 3 of these. We'll take the first one. Alright. Oh, okay. That's totally fine. He's kind of like switching up his plan. Just not giving me anything to attack into, which is fine. I want to get him down to 2. Just because I have these aces. Jesus, man. He's running Thunderbolt. That's pretty weird. Not very common. Well, I guess still OP06, but still, even for OP06, that's not very common. Alright, we need to... I'm going to get rid of one of these aces, and then I'm going to put Kid Ace in there. Just so that, like, Moria is ready to go. Moria is officially, like, good to go now at 10 Dawn. Alright, so he's running like a rush variant here, like a aggro, which is probably pretty decent against us. But it's kind of like if you're gonna do that, I think you need to attack more. Maybe he's being really smart here. No Hiyori or anything yet. We can play this. Let's just do this. Let's do our own setting up here. Okay, we need a Kid Luffy. I don't think we have one yet. We'll do this. I guess we get another ace. Then we'll hard play Luffy and pass with one open. At least our trash is starting to get pretty set. Oh, that we were not being careful about that. That's unfortunate. Definitely need to be careful of 9-cost Yamato. What do we want to put in? That's fine though, because now we need Moria though. We really need Moria now. We need to put a Luffy in the trash, so we could do that. And then if he wants to attack, we can start taking some of them. There's Moria. Okay. We're at 10 Dawn next turn too. All right. We could do double Sabo here. I think we might have to do double Sabo here. So we use leader effect, trash Sabo, Kid Sabo, play these two Sabo, and then play Moria. Yeah, okay. Trash Kid Sabo, play Sabo, Sabo, then play Moria, and play Sabo, Sabo, and then do Sabo, trash, trash, and then do Sabo. One trash and play this Sabo. Is there an ace kid in trash? In case we pull another Moria. There is. Okay, then I guess this Sabo. So we're 11k. And let's swing into Enel would be nice because he either takes it or gets rid of a life. Nah, that wouldn't be good though. We'll go for Katakuri. And then Satori. Okay. I probably should have swung first with this Luffy. That was my bad. So, it's not like you can't attack. Okay. Is he just gonna pass? Okay. Yeah, that Luffy probably. I'd probably, if we're gonna do that, if you're playing a block first, I don't know why you did that. Still, just like, at the very least, you're just telegraphing that you have 3 less Dawn to work with. Always do that at the end, especially in this kind of situation. Yeah, I would swing at Luffy. But we want to keep this Luffy. We need this counter though. Do we have? We have an ace. Oh shit, we have 2 aces. Which is fine, I guess. I guess we'll take this. We don't want to block. Oh wow. 10, 11, 12, 13. Might be able to just go for game here. If he didn't have that Brûlée blocker. Man, I should have thought about that. He has 4 cards in hand. We would need 4 swings to go through. So I think we'll just go for Yamato maybe. Let's see. So we trash Luffy? We could trash ace. And play ace, ace. And then do, yeah. Ace, ace, ace. I guess I should think too if there's other stuff I want to swing with first. I'm doing the kind of like the same thing. I'm telegraphing my play a little bit early, I guess. Let's see. So this is an 11. We could go 11. We could go 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 11 into Yamato. I just kind of like that better. Maybe not though, because that gives him targets to swing into. So maybe we can do 11, 11. This way would be better to get counter out of his hand though. Let's do 11, 11. Ooh. I should have swung with leader first there. That was my bad. I'm tempted. I'm tempted to swing into this. Because it's basically like if you got Yamato, yeah, exactly, that's what I thought. Like if you've got Yamato, you've got it, but if you don't, you gotta go down to 1 life. To save it, is what I mean. Okay, we got the counter. Alright, so best of both worlds. We got the counter out of his hand. We kind of called his bluff a little bit, I guess. We're 9K. So at this point, it's like we try and keep as much alive as we can. Because we have no more, like... We have one transformation that we could do, which I guess is on the table. But we try and keep as much as we can alive here. Which includes blocking with these sabos to get the extra power for the aces. Oh wow, what's he got for 6 on? If he has another brulee or something. Oh wow. Massive. Alright. So, just depending on what he's got, right? He's got 3 cards in hand. We need to get through 4 attacks. We have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. If we clear his board, do we win the next turn? No, right? Leave Sabo up, because if he has a Russian L or something, we just lose. I think we can go 9. If he counters out of it, then that makes everything a lot easier to, yeah, to kind of judge. Because he would need all 3 cards right here. Okay. I guess a blocker or something loses it for us too. I mean, there's not much I could... I had 3 5 costs on the board. There's not much I could do there. Alright, but then that probably means a 9 is going to get through. Unless he was just bluffing and just took it. Oh, man. Oh, my God, dude. Oh my God. All right, Moria. I think we still want to go second. No. I guess that's better. At least we have search. Luffy's definitely good. I think we can go for that first. Ace would be decent in this match. Ooh. I think we take the Sabo. still trying to get better at learning which one to take at which time, right? We're okay taking this. He's not using leader effect. Just playing Hina. Okay. Guess he's trying to go a little more aggro, maybe. We could Hiyori Luffy here. It does set us up to get killed. But I think I'd rather have him do it earlier than later. All he needs is Great Eruption. No, it's 5, right? Yeah, he needs something else. And he doesn't have Absalom or anything in trash. I mean, Ice Age would do it, obviously. Oh, he countered out. I'm not sure about the Moria matchup. I think Luffy is pretty good into like mono black. The thing that really hurts it is the bottom decking, right? Like blue and red purple law. And obviously Sakazuki. Looks like he's using effect this time. Okay, that's fine. We don't mind trashing cards, right? Probably this Luffy. And then we take, no, yeah, it's just a 6k into my 7. And then I think we can counter out of this. I want to set up a little bit more. Before we get down to 0 life. I think that's something you got to pay attention. Oh man, Moria would have been next. That would have been good. At least we have our kids, all the kids kind of like set up now. And we have Sabo in hand at least. We have all 3 in hand and 2 Luffy's in trash. We have Sabo. So we really need to find though. We need to find the big boys. Tempted to swing 5 with Hiyori here. I really am actually. Because he only has 3 cards in hand. See what he does. Because either way, we're getting all the cards out of his hand, or he loses this and takes a life or 2. Yeah, okay. It's kind of actually what I figured would happen. Oh, wow. Okay. I don't think you have to protect your life that much. You only have 4 cards in hand now. We can get hit by another Perona, though. He doesn't have it in trash, but if he has it in hand, he can do it. 7 Dawn is like, there's not much Moria can do. It is a good turn. If they have like Ice Age in hand, they can go for the KO on something. Excuse me. Luffy for 6. Just like, I'm just gonna counter out of that for sure. Trashing Ice Age. Oh no, that was from the effect. Okay, trash Helmeppo. The Ice Age is gonna be pretty important for you here. KO Hiyori. Oh no. Whatever will I do? Which one are we okay getting rid of? We have 2 Luffy's in the trash already, so we probably should do Ace. Unfortunately, gonna have to, as long as he doesn't swing, he'd have to swing full 9. If he swings 7, if he swings 9, we just have to take it, unfortunately. And I guess he forgot to KO Hiyori with Absalom effect. Kuzan's okay, actually. Nice, okay. So that's important. That's good. We can sort of slow play this a little bit, and now he can't KO. Oh, this is gonna be so good. So we could swing 7-7 and play Sabo. And we'll be at 4 cards to start out with. Yeah, I like that. And then we can start setting up for leader effect. Seven, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, let's do it. I feel like he's not really gonna be able to, yeah. Oh, we got Moria. Okay, so We can trash this Sabo. And this Sabo. So we can block. We can block and let this Luffy die if we really wanted to, and just get them both back if we can. We'd have to go down to 0 life though. So now we're set up. Now we're ready. So now we just got to be careful and like make sure we do it correctly. So we can let this Luffy go. That's fine now. Hog back. What do you need back? Moria or Perona or Rebecca? Or he can't get Rebecca. Maybe Perona. Sindri works. Leave Perona for a possible leader effect. If we keep Luffy alive, I don't want to go down anymore in hand size though. If he swings both of these, we're going to take him. I think if he's smart, he would probably not swing this last one. Unfortunately, we don't have this Luffy, so we can't use his effect. If he doesn't swing, it's going to be a little rough. We can still use leader effect. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. Maybe he's got his own Sabo. Yep. Alright. But the game is on. Ooh, wow, and we got another Sabo. So we can trash that Sabo. And Luffy. So we can get Luffy and Sabo. And then Luffy and Blocker Sabo. So Sabo first, then Luffy. Then Moria. Get Sabo and Luffy. Luffy first. Sabo second. Another Moria might be good actually. We already have an ace in trash. Is Luffy and I have another Luffy too. Oh well. Okay. And then we're just gonna swing 11 into Kuzan. And he might block this. No, I'll take it. I guess just because Sabo can't KO anything, right? He can just get it back with Moria this turn if he has it as well, if he wants. We have another Moria next turn though. And we have, yeah, we can double again. We can do Luffy and this Sabo. This Moria. I mean, it's almost like we don't want to, right? We have too many good characters on the board right now. I guess he did well, like defending his life earlier, but I just feel like he has less cards to work with now. If he doesn't have Moria, we might be in a good spot. Unless he just plays like double Borsellino or Borsellino Sabo or something. That would be pretty unfortunate. But Moria would be really good. Oh, just hard playing Perona? I guess that hurts. And then maybe swinging really big with one of your characters. But it's like in this case, we will probably play our other Moria then. Oh no, we can just, yeah, this is a free block then. Cool. That kind of solves the issue. Alright, so now we have Sabo and Trash. We could do Luffy Sabo again. So we can attack for 8k, then play Moria, replace this Luffy, unfortunately, and play Luffy Sabo. And then we'll be 9k again. We'll have 2 blocker Sabos on the board. Shit, I think I should have attacked. No, that's right. I think this is correct. Okay, he's countering again. So now, leader effect, we can ditch this since it has no counter. I just gotta be careful. So Luffy, then Sabo, or Sabo, then Luffy. Sabo on the bottom, and then Moria, and play Luffy and Sabo. Okay, we got it. Okay, trash this, and play Sabo, then Luffy. Then we play Moria. Play Luffy and Sabo. Kind of nuts that we have to do that, get rid of that Luffy, but it's just the way it goes. And then we can get rid of Garp. And the thing is, if we kind of need to keep this ace just in case, maybe for next turn, or no, I think just having the 2k is better at this point. Okay, so I just do that out of habit so I don't forget. Then we go 9 and 11. And then we're 9k leader again. And now we just protect Moria and protect our life, and we go for game next turn. Unless he can set up like another 2 blockers, but then he can't even swing. I think we're gonna have it, I'm not sure. He finally gets his Moria. That might be a little too late. He could play Rebecca. Yeah. So 2 blockers and a search. 5 cards in hand. He gets the 2k. That's pretty clutch, actually. But now he can't swing into anything. Oh wow, and he gets another 2k with T-Bone. Damn. 1, 2. But we have 6 attacks coming in. Oh, okay. Alright, we got it. Man, he had a lot of counter. Why did he quit? He had 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. He literally had 10k counter. I'm gonna take that as a GG though. Or as like a win. This is like, if you have this hand, that's like the only time you could maybe win, right? Because if we do the math, like, I was thinking about just going 9, 9. Because I could go 9, 9, 9. Hold on, 9, 9, Moria, 9, 9. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, 8, sorry. So it'd be 9, 9, Moria, 0 Dawn. 3 Dawn for Sabo. Luffy effect plus 1 Dawn is another 9. So that's 9, 9, 9, 9. Then we have enough for 9 with Sabo and 8 with Luffy. So I could have split it up a little bit different or swung 8 first. So 9. And he has 2 blocks. So let's just count 2 attacks gone. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 life. So that's 1 block, 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 life. So 1, 2, 3. So he would have had 1, 2, yeah, we got it. He wouldn't have been able to counter out. All right, GG's, we got it. Luffy is really good against black, just because if you find your Sabos in the right time, and we got pretty good draw and found everything kind of when we needed it there. And we got the double Moria. I think I played that pretty patiently. I think I did that pretty well. It's really easy to mess up with Luffy. I do it all the time. I was playing some games earlier today, and even just like misclicks on the sim. I had a game where I was about to win, and I accidentally played Ace instead of Luffy character with Moria effect, and just couldn't win because of that, obviously. But yeah, I think it's a little harder for Moria to win against Luffy. But GG's, that was a really good one. All right, red purple Luffy. Not sure about this one. I think we can keep this though. We'll play Garp and then swing 9k. I feel like we probably needed... This Luffy is good, that's probably why I kept it. Okay. Oh, double search, that's pretty good. Good, Sabo, there's a lot of stuff sending you to the bottom. We have none of the kids. I think this Luffy is just so good though, in this matchup. But we gotta be able to get it on the board, right? I think if we get it on the board, we don't attack. I need to watch out for 4-cost law. Oh my god. Please no. Please no. I'm not playing around it. Oh fudge. Oh fudge sickle. I mean, he didn't attack, right? Okay. I don't think we could have played around it, but oh my god. Alright, so just to try and not lose like all of my essential cards early on, I think we're gonna Hiyori here. Play Sabo. No, I can't double. Okay. I thought I could double that for a second. Do the Luffy too. This is good early tempo. The most he can get up to. Ooh, early Rad Beam is good. He can become a 6k with Bon Clay, but it's okay. Ulti is pretty good here. He's trying to go wide. That's kind of fine though, because we just Hiyori again. He has no blockers, right? So Hiyori again. Luffy, get this Luffy on the field. Play Luffy. Can also search. What do we need? A Sabo or an Ace? Ace. Swing 10k. Takes it. So it's like we're getting decent cards that we may not even have to use leader effect, because even Ace is live now. But he's about to be able to go in with some big swings. I mean, he could even play like 10-drop Luffy this turn or next turn, and it would probably be pretty strong. What are you doing? Oh, he's just playing it. Okay, okay. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I guess, yeah, it's not bad, but it's like you gotta be real sure about your counter. I guess I only have 3 strong attacks that I can throw in, right? Not too bad. Dang, we can do another. This is kind of wild, but I think we're gonna do it. We've gotten pretty fortunate that we've gotten all of those. Do we survive the next turn? That's the question. I maybe needed to keep that life. But we can pressure him down, right? We might have to take this. Okay. Alright, if he has another 10 drop Luffy, I think we lose. So that's definitely on the cards. Right, and he can go 7k there, but that's fine. We have a 1k for that. If we could have got to a 9k and kept one life, that maybe would have been better. Or you know what I should have done? Yeah, I'm a dummy. I should have just taken the life and used leader effect, so then we could have had 2, 1, 2, 3, but we would have had one less counter. I'm confused. Is he just gonna attack and play a blocker? I think he could have won if he split up his Dawn differently there. Yeah. Alright, Whitebeard. Let's see. I think this is pretty solid, actually. I think this is a really good hand. Maybe you would prefer Garp here, but let's see. I don't know how this deck does into Whitebeard, so we're gonna find out. I feel like we can be pretty offensive towards him. This feels like a game of speed chess. Oh my god. Let's see. 6 and 7. Just get those counters out of his hand. Because we're kind of forcing him into an awkward situation here where it's like, now I can counter out with at least one Sabo and an ace for one of the attacks. Sabo, then ace. I kind of want to keep these two Sabos in my hand. And then it just depends on what we see. I want to get rid of this. I want to get rid of this. What is he playing for 5? Another Luffy? That'd be pretty annoying. Well, there it is. My guy is literally just seeing all the Luffys. Right when we're seeing all the Sabos that like aren't gonna do anything for us. Alright. We have to go ham on these Luffys, otherwise we're gonna just lose. Cause, right? If I use leader effect, I guess I could have let that ace go, and then I could have used. Yeah, that was my bad. Damn. Okay. Go 10 and 10. He's gonna have to give up so much counter to do this. Yeah, I don't think it's worth it. Like, if he plays Whitebeard here, that's pretty good for him. And now we want to let this ace go. So hopefully he swings into ace and we just let it go. Then we could use Flampe, get the extra draw. If he swings at life, probably trying. If he has more rush, I mean, he's probably got some rush. We gotta be careful. Might have to counter out. I need to get more stuff in my trash too. I think he still got quite a bit of counter. He just didn't want to use it. He would have had to use like at least 3 cards, 6 to save both of them. So obviously that wasn't happening. This is it. This is the Whitebeard thinking turn, right? Oh, beautiful, beautiful. And for 8, that's fine. Now we have Moria set up for next turn. You just gotta trash this. Yeah, this Sabo. That was clutch of us to counter out with this earlier. Because your opponent doesn't know, right, what you have in hand, so. Yeah, we have ace, ace. We just need to get Sabo, Sabo, and then we're good. But we gotta get down to 1. We gotta get down to 0 life. Ah, I forgot about. Ah, if he had attacked. Okay. All right. Do we just double Sabo here then? We maybe legit just double Sabo. That's his 3rd rush Luffy, dude. Come on. He would need his 4th one. Because you can get through with 1. But I think if we double Sabo, we're fine. Right? Am I coping here? Do we only need 1? We could do ace Sabo, maybe? He's running Shraya and Whitebeard. That's weird. It's probably pretty good, but I don't think that's worth running. Double Sabo means we can definitely block whatever attacks. Yeah, I think we have to just do this. We need to get this Sabo in the trash and then double Sabo. And this puts him in a weird position because now do this. Because now if he just swings and gets us down to 0 life, like we have a really good setup the next turn. Although this rush Luffy is like the bane of our existence. Oh, he disconnected. Well, he didn't have Whitebeard. He didn't have. He had his 4th rush Luffy. Are you kidding me, dude? That's crazy. So all he had to do was play this rush Luffy. Like he could have just not attacked if he didn't want to get me down. I probably would have just played this Luffy. And then, man, I wish he had just finished the game, man. Why do people do this? I don't think that was enough to tell you that you're gonna lose for sure. But let's try and just look real quick. So even if he had just played, I mean, man, you could have played Rush Luffy and another Shraya. And then I would have, and if he doesn't attack, then I play this Luffy. And he would have had 2. He could have gone 11-11. I mean, at that point, I probably would have just used leader effect. I probably would have taken my life, drawn the extra card, played. It's too hard to tell, honestly. But I could have played Ace and Luffy. Yeah, I would have played Ace and Luffy. I would have been 9k. And then you wouldn't have been able to get through with the Luffy attacks. Because he could only go 11-11. And we could have gone 11. It would have been close, man. It would have been close. I would have taken 1 life and then got counted out of the other one. Well, that's a shame that he quit when he had, like, literally saw all... The best card in Whitebeard against Black Yellow Luffy is this Rush Luffy. And he saw all 4. So I don't know why he quit. I hope that was decent enough to see. against Whitebeard. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this video. I hope it helped. I hope you found it useful. I will be making more gameplay and deck list videos like this. I know I haven't been able to put out a lot in the past couple weeks, but trust me, I'm still making them. They're still coming. So yeah, keep an eye out for all of those. But just for now, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.